Dean Michael Iba, I am honored to announce that members of the graduating class, the faculty and staff at Cheverton University, and representation from the Board of Trustees and administration are now present. All are gathered here for the commencement of Schmid College of Science and Technology at Cheverton University.
Thank you, Dr. Vaziak. Welcome to you all. Now, please stand to face the flag as we listen to our national anthem and remain standing for the invocation that will be offered by Reverend Nancy Brink.
Let us join our hearts and minds. Giver of the question and inspiration of the human mind, we are grateful for this journey completed. We are grateful to those who are committed to promoting greater health and nutrition for others. We are inspired by those whose work in mathematics, computing, and physics strengthen our understanding of the universe. We are encouraged by those whose love for this earth and its many resources offer their lives for a more sustainable future. Be with us now as we celebrate. Amen. You may be seated.
Dear Schmid College class of 2025, esteemed colleagues, beloved family, and cherished friends, it's an honor for me to stand before you as Dean of Schmid College on this momentous day. We did it. We made it to this point. So today we will celebrate the culmination of some incredible journeys marked by a few early mornings, too many late nights, some for good reasons, some for not so good reasons, and occasional self-doubt. But you did it. You made the right choice a few years back when you decided to come to Chapman. And there is no better way to graduate from this wonderful school than as a Schmidster. So to reach this point on their journey, our graduates have relied on every parent, friend, faculty member, and staff member to work tirelessly and selflessly to guide and support them. I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the families and friends here with us today or celebrating in spirit. I'd like to take a moment to thank everybody who's supported our graduates on their way to becoming proud Chapman alums. So graduates, I'd like you to stand, turn around, and applaud all the people who've helped get you to this point. So the usual way these commencement speeches go is that I tend to now find a way to try and relate to the transition our graduates are about to go through. I graduated from college a few decades ago, so that's never an easy thing to do. Leaving college and embarking on the next steps in their journeys is something very special. I've been doing this for 4 years now, and as I've gotten to know many of our students and alums, I know at least one thing I say is always true. Parents, a degree from Chapman is worth it. Why is Chapman worth it? Why is it special? Because a Chapman education helps our students to become smart, independent, forward-thinking leaders. When our students graduate, they're ready to successfully navigate an ever-changing and sometimes uncertain world. That's been important since I started at Chapman in 2020 at the peak of the COVID pandemic, and it's as important today just as it was then. So at this point in my speech, like many deans, I try to insert some kind of story. I usually talk about my research on resilience and thriving under stress. I've been told I ramble on a bit by some of the people on stage, and if I'm lucky, I get a few polite laughs. Every year I've stood here and given my speech, I've praised Schmidsters and Schmid College, and I've talked about future leaders and being prepared for the unexpected. The thing is, the whole time, President Stroop has been sitting there listening to what I've been saying and thinking to himself, every year Dean Ebert tells me how wonderful Schmid is at preparing people for new challenges, and then he gives the same boring story about his research. But this year's different. As you know, President Strooper's going to be retiring, and he's decided it was time to make me practice what I preach. And he's asked me to step into uncharted territory, learn new things, and become interim provost of Chapman University. Suddenly, after years of trying to relate to what our graduates are going through, I'm actually experiencing for myself what it feels like to be leaving Schmid. Like our graduates, the journey ahead of me is new and a little daunting, and I'm sure it will have a few unexpected turns. But also like our graduates, I know my time in Schmid is the best preparation I could have had for what lies ahead. Speaking of preparation, I'd like to share a recent personal example that I feel I've learned a lot from, but which I hope at the same time won't make the president reconsider his decision to promote me. So earlier this year, I decided to host a cookout for our student council. Right, yes, you were there. Right outside the Keck Center over there. If you think it's windy today, that day was the height of the Santa Ana winds. Something that if I was a good researcher, I would have known by looking at my phone weather app. So what happened next, you can imagine. After the smoke alarms in Keck had been reset and Orange Fire Department had left, Chapman's Public Safety Office reminded me of an important lesson. As a famous scientist once said, without knowledge, good intentions are good for nothing. So as we celebrate today, I urge each of you to use the knowledge you've gained to keep pushing boundaries and inspiring one another. Let's carry forward the knowledge, skills, and values we've gained together, knowing that we have the power to make a positive difference in the world, but please don't try to literally set it on fire. So before I conclude, I want to give a shout out to all the Schmid family, students, especially those who've swept the top university awards this year. The Schmid family is truly special, and being part of it is an incredible honor. Nothing better epitomizes the achievements of our Schmid family than the recipient of the 2025 Cheverton Award. The Cheverton Award is a top award for undergraduates at Chapman, a gift of the class of 1929 in the name of the university's sixth president, Cecil F. Cheverton. The award is given annually to the outstanding graduating senior and is the highest student honor at Chapman. The original Cheverton Award Cup is on exhibit in Ardros Forum, along with its successor, a silver bowl, which is on stage this afternoon. Each year, the recipient of the Cheverton is selected by the vote of the faculty of the whole university and symbolizes the spirit of Chapman. It's also a great point of pride for me in the 5 years I've been doing this that a Schmid student has won the Cheverton Award 3 times. It's now my honor, along with Dean Jennifer Keane from Wilkinson College, to present the 2025 Cheverton Award to chemistry and French graduate and Chapman's women water polo team member, Miss Jamie Chin.
Thank you, Dean Eba. I am incredibly grateful and honored to have won this award. This award means a lot to me, and this could have not been possible with everyone who has supported me. I would first like to thank the first friends I made here 4 years ago during orientation. Joshua Buyuk and Mallory Fujiwara really made my first year here so memorable. Despite all the challenging coursework we had, reflecting on those times, I only remember us laughing through all the assignments and studying we had to do. I would also like to thank Mallory for encouraging me to apply for this award in the first place. Initially, I didn't see my undergraduate journey as remarkable enough to win. Despite my doubts, she still encouraged me, and her faith in my abilities really made the difference. I would also like to thank all my past and current teammates on the women's water polo team, and a shout out to all of those who are here today: Elena Skender, Alyssa Frigger, Kendall Nelson, and Meg Peters. I am so grateful to have been supported by a group of strong, loving, and amazing women. They all taught me to push myself to the limit and believe in myself, and they have provided me with an indescribable amount of joy that I would dearly miss. I would also like to thank my parents for traveling all the way from Seattle to support me here today. They have taught me the importance of hard work, grit, and sacrifice, and I hope to return everything they have given to me. I would like to thank Dr. Owens for being my very first research mentor and kicking off my journey towards being a scientist. I would also like to thank Dr. Wong and Dr. Kim for supporting me through the graduate school application process. I'm proud to share that I got accepted into nearly all the schools I applied to, and that would have not been possible without them. Finally, although they're 1,000 miles away, I would like to thank everyone in Dr. Brandy Kozar's group at University of Washington, which is where I did my last summer internship. I would like to give a special shout out to my graduate student mentor, Emily, for being so patient and supportive with me. Most importantly, being part of their group and taking inorganic chemistry with Dr. Wong inspired me to pursue inorganic and materials chemistry next year at UT Austin. I'm so excited to see what's next, and I will carry my Chapman community with me all the way to Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Our next speaker, Ghana Tipudi, is earning her master's in food science today. As the runner-up in Chapman's 3-minute thesis competition, Ghana's research examined foodborne pathogens to improve food safety. Her advisor and Wang Franklin Award winner, Dr. Helberg, tells me that between being a research assistant, graduate resident director, and vice president of the Food Science Student Association, Ghana also found a love for In-N-Out burgers during her time in grad school. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to Ghana, who I'm hoping will reveal, among other things, her top tips on In-N-Out's secret menu.
Thank you, Dean Iba. I have waited for this moment from the first day of class. Like many of you, I could not wait for this academic train to reach its final destination. At times, it felt like there was no end in sight. We would console each other saying, "It's almost over. You got this. 2 more weeks." But when I look back now, the last few years that seemed so daunting at the beginning have passed by in the blink of an eye. This is my first science degree, and boy oh boy, I did not know what I was signing up for. I know all my STEM people will agree. We were stressed most of the time, trying to keep up with jobs, research, assignments, clubs, somewhat involuntarily. But then it dawns on us that we chose this. We chose the sleepless nights, the unending assignments, all for the love of exploring the unknown, of trying to find answers to why are things the way they are, and how we can make them better. I decided to change the direction of my professional trajectory a few years back, from business to food science. Why, you may ask? Well, I have one word for you: COVID. I realized how hopeless I was in the face of the pandemic, and I did not like that feeling. I so desperately wanted to help, make a difference, but I had nothing to offer other than money. I wanted to contribute more, help find solutions, to real problems. This is when I decided that I needed to go back to school and equip myself with knowledge and expertise that would put me in a position to be of service, to make a real difference. I am very grateful to the food science program at Chapman University for allowing me the opportunity to reinvent myself, for opening a whole new world of possibilities, for offering me support in the form of mentorship, research on campus, and on-campus employment. This journey has made me realize that it is never too late to start over, that it only takes one person to believe in you, and that one person can be you. Lastly, on behalf of my cohort, I would like to thank all the family members and friends present in the audience today. Believe you me, we would not be here without any of you. You are indispensable, and we appreciate you more than we let on. To my mother and family who have traveled from across the globe to be here with me today, I am a food scientist now. You better start taking me seriously, please. I love you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ghana. Our final speaker is Holland Hatch. Holland embodies what it means to be a Chapman student. She recently admitted to me that she actually didn't come to Chapman for science, but for dance. As a student here, she's nurtured both of these passions, and as an environmental science and policy major, she's done some amazing research work working on NASA projects, while also being president of Floor 13, a student-run dance organization at Chapman. So now, as I wrote this, I started to get nervous. I'd like to give the stage to Holland, presumably to speak, but we'll see. Holland.
Welcome guests, faculty, and graduates. My name is Holland Hatch, and though I am graduating today with my degree in environmental science and policy, that isn't why I came to Chapman 4 years ago. I originally came to Chapman to dance. I didn't set out to collect soil samples in Costa Rica, study grasslands across Montana, or to teach New Mexico water managers how to use satellite data. But today, I graduate with all of those experiences behind me, including dance. As an indecisive teenager, I wrestled with the selection of a college major. I had danced basically since I could walk, but I knew there was more to explore. I eventually came to environmental science and policy, not because I had determined it was my lifelong passion, but because both of my sisters convinced me I'd like it because I cared about the earth. And this was true. My sisters saw a passion in me I hadn't recognized as something I could turn into a purpose. I think many of us have probably experienced a similar moment, someone seeing something in us before we see it for ourselves. For many of us, Chapman has offered these gentle nudges of confidence that we've needed to propel us into the unknown. For me, it was my first year FFC professor who encouraged me to get involved in a NASA research project. I quickly found myself learning new software and coding languages, developing training materials, and ultimately helping the state of New Mexico rethink its water in a rapidly changing climate. I never would have believed I belonged in that space, but someone else believed it for me until eventually I could for myself. And that's what Chapman has given me, the courage to trust myself. That trust has shaped who I've become, someone more willing to take risks and say yes, even when I'm scared. This past year, I took one of my biggest leaps of faith by leading my dance team, Floor 13, as president. To me, accepting the position was more daunting than trekking through rainforests of volcanoes, but my teammates made it known they believed in me, and I soon realized that I did too. For a long time, we've been told about this idea of entering the real world after college, and for a while, I also found that really scary. I viewed the real world as some separate, intimidating place, but the truth is we've been living in it, and we'd be doing ourselves a disservice to deny that. For the past 4 years, we've been navigating fears, frustrations, and uncertainties alongside the rest of that real world. And what we've gained at Chapman during that time isn't just a degree, but the resilience, curiosity, and confidence that will carry us forward, despite the unknowns. So let's remember the nudges, encouragement, and belief that got us here today and pass that on. I know dance may not be on my diploma, but it's what drew me to Chapman, and it's since remained a constant supporting element of my evolving journey as a scientist. As we continue into a future that will no doubt keep changing, I hope we can all hold on tight to these things that keep us anchored. I thank my family, friends, professors, and passions for being my anchors, and I congratulate you all, the class of 2025.
Thank you, Holland. Now it's my privilege to introduce the president of Chapman University, Dr. Daniele C. Strupa.
Thank you, Dean Iba. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here and confer the degrees to our wonderful graduates. Though your time as Chapman student has concluded, you're now embarking on a new journey into the future where curiosity drives your achievement. You are equipped now with a world-class education, experiences, connections, and you truly have the power to define your course from this moment onward. No matter where you go, you can take all that you have experienced and learned with you. And we hope that you will return often to reconnect with us as cherished member of the Chapman family, meeting with your former faculty and former fellow students. You're always welcome here. And now the moment that you've all been waiting for, we shall now proceed with the presentation of candidates for degrees. Each candidate has been approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to receive the degree indicated in the program and in their diploma, subject to the completion of all the requirements. And I'm glad to ask now all the candidates from the Schmid College of Science and Technology to please step forward.
What does it mean to be a Chapman graduate? You are now part of a global community that is over 50,000 members strong. Chapman alumni are industry leaders, innovators, and world changers who rise to new challenges and opportunities to make an impact. Our alumni are ethical global citizens who are committed to serving the greater good, who look out for fellow alumni, cheer each other on, and when opportunities come along, always think Chapman first. As part of the Chapman alumni community, you'll stay in touch with the people who matter to you, like your former classmates and the faculty who guided your education. And you'll also expand your horizons through the Panther Network as you connect with fellow alumni across the globe. It's much more than a network. These are powerful connections that last a lifetime. Together, you play a vital role at Chapman both on and off campus. From volunteerism and mentorship to attending events and recruiting future Panthers, alumni are the ambassadors of the Chapman experience who inspire each other and the next generation of the Chapman family. Wherever you go, wherever life leads you, you can count on the support of your Chapman alumni community because once a Panther, always a Panther.
The Doctor of Philosophy, or PhD, is the highest academic degree that can be earned within the Academy and represents a rigorous and extensive program resulting in breadth and depth of knowledge and expertise in a discipline. Schmid College is very proud to invite our candidates for the Doctor of Philosophy to the stage. Each PhD candidate will come forward with their dissertation chair or co-chairs for the hooding. Please refer to your bulletin for the title of each graduate's dissertation. Donnie Ang. Jacob Allen Cohn. now Bachelor of Arts. Myth Gabriel Mose. Hayden William Logan. Joshua Cosmos. Eric James Hall. Carson Thomas Lesage. Dia Patel. Amala S. Rajagopal. Janie Bamis. Catherine Alexia Macias. William Bruce Versher Gopal Singh. Taylor Edward Carlson. Chase Waller Hotchkiss. Heath Bostick. Michael Seamus Duffy. Melina Suruj Gaji. Bachelor of Science, Esteban Garcia Harris. Ryan Chiwai Lam. Devin Grant Mesa. Nathan Ree. Alexa Rachel Castro. Alyssa Michelle Boutel. Cassidy Marie Villalvazo. Renata Arlene Spinelli. Billy Ross. Daniel Zhou. Davis Kenji Endo. Miranda Jean Lynch. Morgan Margaret Ray. Josie Josette Lester. Chloe Amara Gambino. Sally Renee Van Riper. Holland Elizabeth Hatch. Maisie Runkle. Elena Marie Skender. Mauri Alexandra Bamba Ada. Rennick Douglas Martin. Matthew Alfredo Romero. Jeremiah Matthew Chu. Alexander E. Orlov. Sivan Bella Carlson. Erica Alice Utsunomiya. Catherine Alexandra Friedland. Joyce Yoon. Nora Anpri. Mia J. Hee Sueko Lee. Mallory Noel Fujiwara. Jamie Chin. Annette Nguyen. Hilary Bell Santos. Phoebe Sell. Julia Mai An Nguyen. Shaina Ambashta. Sophia Sky Alter. Joshua Anthony Abuyog. Alondra Burgos. Paula Bernadette Pua Benatin. Stephanie Swan Hoang. Amy Rebecca Portillo Ramirez. Chris Lopez. Abby Guzman. Max Richard Chen. Charlize Sarah Stein. Alyssa Faith Fricker. Keon Niles Jafari. Marcus John Bartholomew Jr. Bori Kyle Kong. Julian James Sanseverino. Andrew Hess. Evan Hughes. Robert David Schellenberger. McAllister Keith Nelson. Baylor Gray Denkinger. Michaela Serena Teagle. Andrew Tahan. Matthew Sun. Sophia Bella Santangelo. Gabrielle Andersch. Gabrielle Savala Carbonell. Angela Rose Attis. Caroline Gluck. Brianna Angelina Terranova. Christabel Hannah Nadur. Miriam Elrobot. Gabrielle Montgomery. Abigail Kane. Serena Helene Wamba Faso. Ryan Chang Joshi. David Huang Nguyen. Hattie Gray Hamilton. Larissa Betsabeth Mejia Lopez. Giselle Terry. Daniela Martinez Picasso. Chantel Resga. Charlotte Marie Waddell. Master of Science, Kylie E. Hefner. Sarah Alali. Jordan Alexander Bruce. Shane Melwin Rodricks. Yvonne John Orlovich. Luke Stephen Ganelon. Caleb August Wilkins. Leora Mayetz Alpe. T. Twit Nyong Nguyen. Manisha Kumari. Kristen Chang. Irene Kim Markham. Daniel Joseph Vovchuk. Pratik Parameshwara Udapa. Elena Quach. Shantanu Rajguru. Gana Tirpude. Angela Banda. Kai Filio. Priscilla Herrera. Aravindan Cardovel.
At Chapman, we know that inspiration can come from everywhere. It comes from the countless professors you meet whose teaching and research transcend disciplinary boundaries and push the limits of knowledge and innovation. It comes from exceptional students who are national champions, model UN finalists, film festival winners, advocates, artists, scientists, creators, and classmates who expand your thinking as you introduce new ideas to theirs. It comes from a breathtaking performance, working through a group project, that one-on-one time with a professor who took the time to help you get it. It comes from meeting people with entirely different experiences and perspectives, and forging connections that challenge how you see the world. It comes from your history, your family, your community, your curiosity, and your dreams. At Chapman, inspiration thrives in a campus community that pulses with indescribable energy, and an intellectual, creative, and social vibrance. A community that embraces you in a feeling of belonging while giving you the inspiration you need to do more. An academic community that brings a personalized approach to learning, focused on pushing your limits while surrounding you with the support you need to take risks, knowing that if you fall, we've got you. All while connecting you to a worldwide network of Chapman family members eager to welcome you in so you can shatter conventions and rise to the challenges of a changing world. We call it the Chapman Experience. And in that experience, you'll find what drives you forward. Because here, you'll be immersed in the joy that comes with discovery and the thrill of your curiosity driving your experience. Here you'll be challenged not to repeat what's known, but to define what can be. For the world, for your community, for yourself. Driven by curiosity. Inspired by Chapman.
You're officially the class of 2025. You did it! So before we end, I want to quickly thank the core team who made this possible. Kelsey Alcantara, Rachel Samimi, Alex Willett, Katie Gilbertson, Taylor Comedina, and Alex Lewandowski. I've seen how this works. I couldn't do it. It's daunting. It's more complicated than you could ever imagine. And I want to thank all of you for everything you did to make this possible. So before we conclude the ceremony, I'd like to ask you to join us for a reception at the Tala Plaza right after this so we can congratulate you, meet your friends and family, and wish you all the best for your future, and let you know how proud you've all made us. Your family now, and we'll always remember you. So before we leave, I'd like to invite all the graduates one more time to show your appreciation to the faculty, family, and friends who've helped to make this moment possible. Congratulations, graduates.
This concludes the commencement exercise at Chapman University. Please remain in your seats until the Grand Marshal, platform party, faculty, and students have exited the field. Thank you.